24-year-old Sarah McDaniel is an American model, actress, and social media influencer. Her claim to fame? She's got one blue-green eye and one brown eye, a condition called Heterochromia iridum. She's appeared on the cover of Playboy magazine in their first non-nude issue back in 2016. She's also been in music videos for Mark Ronson and G-Eazy. But Sarah McDaniel is faking her heterochromia, and I got the receipts to prove it. Welcome back to InformOverload. We do the news and we spill the tea. I'm Charlotte, and before I get into this video, I want to know if you could have any eye color, what eye color would you want? Let me know in those comments, and be sure to subscribe if this is your first time here. Make sure you stick around to the end of the video for comment features and bonus content. So I've always wanted green eyes. My whole family has green eyes and I got stuck with like brown hazel eyes. One of my eyes is actually slightly more hazel than the other, but it's not very noticeable, like only in certain lights. Colored contact lenses have made it possible for people to sport a different eye color than the one they were born with. But the thing with colored contacts is you can almost always tell when someone is wearing them. I mean, it's really not a big deal if you want to wear colored contacts or even one contact to fake heterochromia. Did anyone else notice that Jeffree Star is also wearing one colored contact in the thumbnails for his docuseries with Shane Dawson? I've seen it on a few different influencers. So people are faking the heterochromia. But if you decide to fake heterochromia and pretend to be something that you're not, be prepared to be exposed. By me! Yay. Okay, so let's start off with what is heterochromia. It's a condition that causes different colored irises and is found in every 1,000 people. It's common in domestic animals that have uneven color patterns. You've probably seen dogs or cats with two different colored eyes. Dogs like Dalmatians often have heterochromia. But in humans, heterochromia is usually caused by genetics, and it's often associated with disorders like Horner's disease and Waardenburg syndrome. Heterochromia can also be triggered by external factors like exposure to chemicals and injury in childhood. It is possible to develop heterochromia later into childhood. In fact, eye color is not really established until you're between 3 and 6 years old. That's why the irises of newborn babies often start as blue and then they change as they get older. So how does Sarah McDaniel fall within all of this? Sarah McDaniel, aka Crotchy, has 1.4 million followers on Instagram. Her come up story drew in a lot of admirers real quick. She was the different insecure girl with braces that was bullied, but her success has given her the last laugh. It's a story I think pretty much all of us like, because I think most of us were bullied growing up. Sarah McDaniel claims that her heterochromia iridum appeared a few weeks after she came into the world. Her right eye is brown and her left eye is blue-green. She claims that she was bullied for the condition when she grew up, but embraced her differences when she started modeling. As you might know, the modeling and fashion world loves new, different faces. A good example is Winnie Harlow, the fashion model who's known for her vitiligo. I see this trend happening as well when I do commercial auditions. Casting directors want diversity and different faces. Even if you're not the best actor, they might not choose you if you're too normal. Obviously, this doesn't go for all casting directors, I'm just saying it's something that I've noticed. It's a hot commodity to be different. Sarah McDaniel also claims that modeling agencies wanted her to wear contacts so that both her eyes are blue, but she has been exposed time and time again by Instagram accounts like CelebFace for wearing one colored contact lens. There are also entire Instagram accounts dedicated to exposing Sarah McDaniel, like Sarah McDaniel Lies. How can people tell she's lying? Exhibit A. Close-up photographs. Here's a good one that clearly shows a blue contact when Sarah is looking up to the left. You can clearly see paint marks on that colored lens, then you can also see her real brown iris underneath. And another one that clearly shows a contact lens. It's even a different color, a deeper shade of blue, and as you can see, the brown iris is visible underneath. Sarah has worn different colored lenses many times over the years. Here's a compilation of photos made by CelebFace. Exhibit B. A bigger iris. These close-ups also show her left iris much larger than her right brown iris because colored contacts make your irises appear bigger than they are. And Exhibit C? Her own father exposed her back in the spring of 2019. Here's a screenshot of a childhood photo posted by Sarah McDaniel's father, Greg McDaniel, that shows her with two brown eyes. The caption says, "My daughter, Sarah McDaniel, with her real brown eyes." Well, that's awkward now, innit? When Stylecaster did an article about Sarah McDaniel and her heterochromia, they received a ton of comments from people who are insistent that Sarah fakes her condition. They updated the story and said that they reached out to McDaniel's representative, who vehemently denied that her client has misrepresented herself at any time. time, and maintains that McDaniel was born with heterochromia. The former Playboy creative director, Mac Lewis, had something to say though. He was the person responsible for overseeing Sarah's Playboy cover shoot. After he found out the truth about Sarah McDaniel, he said, I quote, "The whole thing around the rebrand was literally to get rid of retouching and have a model who was more natural looking and authentic. That's the reason she was picked, and she undercut everything they'd been saying about her." So this is where things get kinda interesting. Yes, it gets more interesting. Just wait. Lately in photos, Sarah McDaniel's one blue eye looks pretty consistent, and people are speculating that this is due to a controversial surgery that she had, an illegal surgery that involves placing a colored implant that sits on top of a person's iris. A company that makes these implants is called Bright Ocular, but they're illegal in the US. It's a surgery that someone would have to travel to somewhere like India for, and that is because it's super dangerous. Putting an implant in your eye can damage your iris and the corneal endothelial cell layer. That's a single layer of cells that doesn't reproduce if it gets damaged. This layer of cells keeps your cornea hydrated. If too much fluid builds up in the cornea, it can cause blurred vision, and the only way to fix the damage is a corneal transplant. Here's a close-up of Sarah McDaniel's new eye. And here's a picture of real blue eyes below Sarah's. See the difference? Sarah's eye has that brown rim and little to no color variation. See me, I love blue eyes because they look like pools of ocean water. There's lots of nice little complexities and different colors, different shades of blue. But with the case of Sarah's eyes, there's no color variation or mixing, and you can still see her brown eye underneath. It's actually quite astonishing the lengths that Sarah McDaniel has gone through to fake heterochromia. Like, I mean, if she really did get an implant, she could go blind. I guess she just really wants to be different, which is not necessarily a bad quality. It's nice to know the society's beginning to value people who stand out from the crowd. But it's still kind of weird that she's lying about it. Do you care that Sarah McDaniel is faking heterochromia? Why or why not? Let us know down in those comments. For now, I'm gonna wrap up this video with some comment features from my video, Top 10 Influencers Exposed for Living Fake Lives Part 2. That video actually inspired me to make this video. Let's just do a little more in depth, huh? Jennifer said, influencers don't have any real skills. I am more impressed with anyone that has a real job. So I actually respectfully disagree. Obviously this doesn't go for all people, but influencers are often more than just people who post on Instagram. They're photographers, bloggers, writers, stylists. Some of them turn out to be fashion designers. Being an influencer is kind of like being a print model, only brands approach you instead of you going to castings. It depends on the influencer though. Amelia Beth said, guys calm down, I know she said December 2019, everyone makes mistakes. Yeah, oh my god you guys. Yeah, you guys need to relax. Obviously I meant December 2018. December 2019 hasn't happened yet. God forbid I make a mistake. Y'all are just gonna come for me in the comments section like it's the worst thing I've ever done. Mayfwa said, I need a list of the most angelic influencers or something. We need more positivity in the middle of all this. Do you really want that? Because that to me screams no views. The whole point of influencers is we get to make fun of them. Anyways friends, that is it for me. Thanks for watching. If you want to keep watching, check out this video that's currently flashing on your screen. I'm sure it's pretty similar to one that you just watched. And obviously leave a like if you enjoyed your time here, subscribe if you want more, and I'll see you in a future IO video.